Right, okay. This is the first video of a new series. Maybe, might not be, actually. Might just be a one-off, who knows. But basically, I just feel that it's about time I aired my voice and my completely self-righteous, self-opinionated views. You're either going to like this or you're going to hate it. Either way, I'm going to be happy with it. So, I was just watching a video about, it's a topic that really annoys me actually, because it's like, how long is a bit of string, and a blatantly obvious topic, which is AI and the coming of AI. I mean, how do you define AI, artificial intelligence? I mean, it's a contradiction in terms, isn't it? I mean, if it's artificial, then it's not intelligent. I mean, it can't be, because the whole definition of intelligent is something that possesses intellect, and intellect is not strictly programmed, whereas any type of artificial machine is programmed. Now, I'm probably going to have people on here that are geeking out, going, oh yeah, but it can decide for it. No, it can't. No, it can't. It's an algorithm. Is it not? Geek number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, up to geek Googleplex, right? Is it or is it not an algorithm? If it's an algorithm, then it is programmed, all right? Then it's not spontaneous. I mean, intellect, surely intelligence is attached to consciousness. Because what makes you intelligent is not what most people think off the cuff is intelligence. Most people think, oh, if you go to uni and you get a degree, or if you are able to answer all these questions, and if you're able to pass an IQ test over a certain level, then you're intelligent. IQ test is slightly different, actually, but intelligence quota, it sounds well, doesn't it, I think? Is that right? I think so, I'm not sure. Because that's about seeing secrets and stuff. But when it comes to the book smart, what I call exam, degree, whatever, intelligence, that's not what I'd say is intelligence. That's a memory game. That quite simply is research, whatever the books say, whatever formula you've been told, and how well and how efficiently you can regurgitate that training. Am I right? Or am I not? Now, I'm not putting anybody down for their degree or their whatever, but I'm just saying it's not really, 100% intelligence, is it? It's memory. It's discipline, memory, and an element of slavery in there. Because, let's face it, it's all based around fear, really, isn't it? I mean, I suppose all achievement is based around fear. It's the fear of failure, the fear of losing, but when it comes to exams, especially uni, when you pay God knows how many thousands for, and you've got, mummy and daddy gonna, grill you, and you got your peers that you've really got to show off in front of, and your big sister got this grade, so you better beat it and all that, do you know what I mean? Then there is a fucking amount of fear, am I right? And I feel, when I first think about it, because I'm a nice guy, believe it or not, I pity those people and think, oh, that's kind of harsh. But then I think, no, hang on a minute, no, bought and paid for. No. It's not, no, I don't pity them actually, because you signed up for that, and if you signed up for it, then good on you, and I hope you do well. But anyway, going back to it, that's not intelligence, well, not 100% intelligence, it's a form of intelligence. So, when you're dealing with this so-called AI, back to that, it's pretty similar, but on a very, very efficient, consistent level, because it's programmed to do so. Where what I was saying about consciousness being part of intelligence, and this is just all my opinion, by the way, do you know what I mean? So you don't have to agree with it. I hope you don't, actually, because it'd be a good debate. But yeah, I mean, consciousness is hard to depict, but I'm going to use that as a vague term because it's initiative, instinct, survival, problem solving without a programmed algorithm. I mean, it could be argued that our brains are a type of programmed algorithm. Well, maybe, yeah, and they have that term, don't they? It's hardwired into us. Yeah, another funny statement, funny saying. But I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that. I think that instinct and spontaneous reaction, fight or flight, survival instinct. The word instinct in general actually sums it up pretty well. I don't know. I would say that's a big part of intelligence. And a lot would disagree because they, like I said, they think intelligence is exam based, is test based. It's like, no, because when it comes to fight or flight, when it comes to instinct, when it comes to survival, if you're not intelligent, or if you don't have intelligence, consistency, efficiency in those areas, in the area of instinct, well, then you're fucked. You're gonna die, right? So the whole survival of the fittest / survival of the smartest thing, well, it's relevant. It's totally relevant. In fact, it's ultimate. It's absolutely ultimate, because survival of the fittest is survival of the smartest, because it's being brain fit, if you like. How fit is your brain? And yeah, I suppose book smart training, exam based, degree based training is, I suppose, brain training. Yeah, it is brain training, but it's an area of it. It's memory, really. I mean, I've not taken an exam like that for a few years now, quite a few years actually, but I can't remember in any of my exams having to be spontaneous, apart from English actually, where there was like the test was 3 beginnings of stories. One was sci-fi, one was a romance, one was something else, and you had to carry it on, pick one and carry it on and write a whatever 2-page minimum, 3-page minimum, or whatever in the amount of time. So I suppose that was a good one. That was spontaneous. That was that was using initiative, and that was dipping into the consciousness. That's not dipping into the that's not using the what they say hardwired memory game strictly, is it? So maths, working out the equations, working out stuff. Yeah, I mean, but again, that's formula based, isn't it? That's memory again. Is memorizing how to use that formula, right? So. Yeah, so anyway, that's my views on intelligence, the definition of intelligence. So artificial intelligence, I just watched David Icke do a video, typical Icke, he just starts diving in straight away into extremes, and everything's ultimate, and everything's everything's doom and gloom, and it's the end of the human race. Well, I don't know why it matters to him, because apparently it's all a projection anyway. I mean, I'm going to pick on Ike for a minute actually on that, because in this video he was doing very similar things to this, which is one of my favourites, is where he was he did a when we went to America, and I hope you're watching this, Ike, actually, because I'd like you. I've always followed you, and you're one of the reasons that I started diving into things as much as this, because you're one of the first people I saw on the internet in the early millennium. But yeah, there was a little show you did on America where you went to New York, and you very rightfully highlighted something which was about the bank at Wall Street, the banks and stuff, and they're evil Jewish banks. You loathe. I agree. I don't really like them either. I don't think many people do actually, if they've got the balls to say so. But anyway. You said basically what they're doing is, or he said if he's not watching, that they are the whole system of getting people in debt. This is stating the obvious, really, but I suppose, fair play for highlighting it. Getting people in debt, getting them in credit, that's the game, and then basically it's all secured against physical stuff, their house, their property, and then basically they default on it, and then they get to swap this nothingness, this money figures in a computer for a real commodity, so then they own all the land and all the houses, and that's really dark, and that's really, you know, making people homeless. Yeah, well, number one, don't get a secured loan. Number two, don't default on your fucking payments if you do. Sorry, you know what I mean? I mean, you might have a situation where it happens. Well, don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Think about that instead of drinking a bottle of wine every night. Think about that instead of that a new iPhone contract. Think about that. Whatever. I'm not. You know, whatever. I'm stating the obvious again. Anyway, point of what I'm saying is, Ike says that on one hand, very poignant, and then does umpteen shows going on about the fact that Saturn is a transmission radio beaming our reality to us, and nothing's real. It's just a frequency. Well, is that field and that garden and that building and that home that made people homeless, is that frequency then, Dave? Yeah? Because if it is, it's not really real, is it? So which is it? I'd just like you to tell me. You know, I'm a bit confused, genuinely confused about that. Is it a real frequency? I mean, I don't know. But this AI thing he was talking about, it just confused me really, because I mean, what is the big worry? I mean, have people watched Terminator too much or something? I mean, it's already there. If you want to talk about the, you know, I mean, you've already got, you know, everything. It's been there for years, you know. So, you know, computer game systems, you know, nobody's turning it down. The second you start turning it down, right, and then they're shoving it on you, right, yeah, against your will. No, I don't want an iPhone. You are having an iPhone. No, I don't want one. It's the law. So they make you. Then fair enough, right? You can cry, but until then, anyone that's going to cry about 5G, about AI, about iPhone, about anything like this, yeah, technology and taking it, whatever, right, yeah, you know, the jobs being taken by self-service or whatever it is, you can't say shit if you use that stuff. All right, it's as simple as that, yeah. And I use a smartphone. I'm recording on one now, but I ain't fucking whinging about it. I'm whinging about you lot whinging about it. That's what I'm whinging about. I'm whinging about the whinging. Because my whinging is justified. Because I don't cry about it and use it, whereas you do. So, and I'm talking to you, that one that's there, that has been crying about it earlier and watching this, because I know you were. It's like the people that go, I hate Facebook, but they post that as their Facebook status. Okay. Just say that very slowly. Yeah. You know, oh, Facebook's so shit. Facebook's taking. I saw someone post a status once, and they was like, oh, it's awful, isn't it? Facebook's taking over our lives. Oh, and people then were commenting, going, yeah, I know, it's so bad. My brother spends this much time on it a day. Okay, I'm dealing with a very special kind of stupid, quite clearly there. Or are they going to blame then the brainwashing and the AI and whatever? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the rant started off about AI and ended up talking about more or less, you know, my definition of intelligence. But yeah, what do you think of AI anyway? Do you think it's gonna be the downfall of humanity? Bit late. I don't personally. Humanity's on its downfall anyway. But let me know what you think. Bye.